Yo, what up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. This is IntraVenus from P.O.L. Gamer View, and today I want to talk to you about the PlayStation Vita. The PlayStation Vita, as many of you know, has been out for quite some time now. It actually dropped in the US somewhere around February 22nd in 2012. Now, first off, I want to say I'm not usually a day one purchaser, especially on consoles. This is the only console I've ever bought day one, the PlayStation Vita. Similar to the PlayStation Portable, a couple years before it came out, I was doing research on it and learning about it, planning for its arrival. Of course, when the PSP came out, I didn't have the money. I was a lot younger, and I didn't get one until like a Christmas or so later through combined presents from all my family. And back then it was great because we could get Grand Theft Auto on the go. But you can still do that here and so much more. So, excuse me. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold here, so I might sound a little stuffy, and I apologize. But the first things I want to talk about, if you don't know much about the PlayStation Vita, it is the successor to the PlayStation Portable. What we have here is the PlayStation Vita fitted with the PDP trigger grips. They attach real easy. I'll show you with and without the grips in just a second. Now, as I said before, it was released in 2012, came out with a quad-core processor, which even today is pretty strong, especially for handhelds. I'd say this is the most powerful handheld to date, unless you're considering the Switch nowadays, which is a handheld slash home console. Though I think the Vita still stands up to it pretty good. It's got 6-axis motion sensing, front and back cameras. They're only 3.3 megapixels each, so you're not going to use them for much. Though they have things like the augmented reality that you can use them for. Now what I have here is the, of course, day one first 1000 series. And that came with a OLED screen, which is a little, I don't know, I haven't done full research on the difference between the screens. I don't own the 2000 model, but they did re-release it, and it's a little lighter, has a little bit more roundness to it, and the screen is not quite as good. And I love the first edition. Always stick with it. Plus, I like that it's a little heavier. So this is an awesome console, and especially if you're a gamer today. I'll tell you about that later with things including the PlayStation 4. But for now, let me tell you a little bit about this. Let me take these grips off. Right here we have a game on the screen, and I'll get into that, but that is Legend of Dragoon PS1 Classic. I'm going to turn that off for now. Alright, so if you don't know, we got the two joysticks on the front. Have a little screen cover on here, so that's why you see those bubbles. Here's your camera for the front facing. Your normal PlayStation buttons. Start, select, X, circle, triangle, square. We got our D-pad, the home button. Up here you got your volume buttons. You have your PS Vita game insert, power button. Down at the bottom we have our audio input and our power support. Supply. On the back you have a rear-facing camera, as well as this full area with the PlayStation pattern and like a micro text. It's hard to get it in focus here. That is all a touch sensitivity. They call it a touch screen, but it's not really a screen. It doesn't display anything. But you can use that. It's a touch pad. So you can use that to control many different things in the games, including assigning it for buttons in games for the PS1, the PSP, and the PS4. Man. It's just that season, huh? Flu season. If you're watching this now, let's see, it is November, middle November. Everyone in Colorado is getting sick here. So enough about me. I want to show you a little about what's inside here. If you've never played this game, it's pretty expensive to collect in a physical copy, but it's $5.99 right now on the PlayStation Network. I'm going to go ahead and back out of here, though. I really dig the browser status on here, the operating system. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you some of the games that I have, and we're going to talk just a little bit more about this beauty. Now, I understand some people can hack these. I don't really know. I've never heard of what seems like a good way to hack them, so I won't. I just use it like the legit way. I do have a hacked PSP, which you can check out in another video. So before I get into the games, as you see, I have many here. Let's talk about some physical copies. So I've started collecting a little more recently as the games have dropped slightly in price, though they're all still pretty hard to find and not many stores carry them. Can't find them at Walmart or anything anymore. You can find them at GameStop, and some used game stores have them, though depends on the area, because if nobody in the area is playing the Vita, they're not going to be trading any Vita games. So we have some good games right here. Tearaway. A lot of people know that Tearaway is also available on the PS4, and I think they have a sequel coming out. I haven't really looked into that. Maybe it's already out. I don't think so, though. Good game, though, especially on the Vita. It's what it was made for. It utilizes all of the abilities, including the back touchpad, the front-facing camera, all kinds of great stuff. Good game. I think I got this used for like $10 or $15. Brand new game. Yes, they're still releasing games for the PS Vita, people, and I encourage everyone to pick one up, including this game. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dawn. Just started getting into this, but it's very nice. Visually impressive, of course, and it's just a great game to pick up. And from what I hear, this is a good game to get into the Ys series if you haven't started yet. This I bought new for $40. Here we have Sword Art Online Lost Song. If you ever seen the anime series Sword Art Online, or SAO, you will know that it is based on a video game, and this is basically like playing the show. From what I've played so far, the grinding's a little repetitive. Very cool, though, and I plan on getting into it more and beating it eventually. I think I got this for $15 used. Rayman Origins. This game is a classic, one of the best Rayman games that exist, and you can get this used for pretty darn cheap right now. I think I paid $7 for it, of course, with the case. Really good game. Hundreds of levels from what I understand. I've started playing it, and it seems like it's just got a lot of fun, a lot of hours I could put in. Great game. This is a very popular game for the PS Vita, and I understand it is I think this is the ideal way to play Persona 4. So we got Persona 4 Golden, and it is, of course, made by Atlas, and they're always a pretty good brand to get games from. Usually worth money collecting, too, so if you see that name on a game, pick it up if it's a good price. This game's tight. I haven't gotten into it too much yet either. I've picked up a lot of these games at the same time, and so I'll play a little bit of each one and figure out what I want to get into, and then I'll play that one the most. This is a good game. I think I paid $20 for it. Brand new. Oh, this is a classic. I mean, you can't go wrong with some Mortal Kombat. I got this way back when it first came out, so I think I might have paid $40 for it. Now I'm pretty sure you get it for like $10 or something like that. Great game, looks great, plays great on the Vita. We got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This I bought new when it first came out, $40. And really good game. Pretty sure the price has dropped on it, but I don't know. MVC games, they always maintain their value a little bit. Good game, though. Online multiplayer. I'm pretty sure it has a cross-play where you can play online against people on the PS3. Not positive, though. Really good game, though. This game I picked up for about $7, and I haven't even hardly played it at all yet, just because I have so many games I really want to get into it, though. Seems very interesting. Freedom Wars. Even though I've only played like the first few minutes of it, seems like a game I would recommend for $7. Check it out. Got this when it first came out, and the hype was big. Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. A lot of people were disappointed in this game. I was disappointed in the campaign because it was really short and weak. The graphics were good though, and I think the online was pretty sweet. So I'm sure it's pretty affordable now, and I think people are still on the servers, so check it out. Got a couple games here that I got without the artwork on the box. Mod Nation Racers, which is just a classic racing game. You might have played the console version or versions of this game. It's pretty much Super Mario Kart, but sort of, like supersized. Has a lot more things you could do in it. I think you can make your own tracks and stuff. Anyways, you can see I paid $10 for it, and it was worth it. And here we have Token and Age of Demons. And I did pay $6.99 for this, and this is pretty recent. If you're into the Token games, you like games about fighting large monsters, stuff like that, Japanese games, then you will enjoy this, and it's very affordable. Check it out. Bum, bum, bum. My dog is shaking my bed. Don't ask me why I have this on my bed right now. It's because my table's full. But let's get into the bigs. The console games that I have on here, plus the PDP grips. If you're looking for a way to turn your PS Vita into a more controller fit shape, well, you could just pop it right in here like so. Hey, there he is. That's my dog Ziggy. You just pop this baby in, snap her in, suddenly you have it with some triggers on it. Shaped really nice. Really good for playing games. This is usually how I like to play it, honestly. Alright, I'm going to rotate this because my dog is shaking everything. Oh, lordy, lordy. How many of y'all like the PlayStation 1? Well, you can get all kinds of PlayStation 1 games on the PS Vita, and they look beautiful. I have a 32 gigabyte memory card in here. You can get up to at least 64, I believe. Though it is a little pricey because they went with the proprietary shape of a memory card again. So I believe it paid a hefty price for that 32 gig. But anyhow, here we have what I fit on this. This is fit to the limit, all the games I can get on here. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Mega Man X4, Rayman 2, Gex, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy IX. All great games, load perfectly right at the tips of my fingers. Here we have some extra games that wouldn't fit in my other folders. I should just delete that. Bouillon Blitz, just a little mini game. Lemmings, Escape Plan. Also for the PS1, I have Command & Conquer, Red Alert. And I have some of my favorites up here. Grim Fandango Remastered. Capcom Classics, Reloaded. PSP games I have on here include God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, Def Jam Fight for New York, Assassin's Creed, and Power Stone Collection. If y'all played the Sega Dreamcast, you know what Power Stone is. That was a really fun fighting game, though I did like it a lot better on the Dreamcast. Here's some PS Vita games that I have on here. I have Killzone. All the ones I'm not going to name are the ones I have physical copies for. It leaves a little icon on here anyways. So I have Killzone Mercenary on here. I have Dungeon Hunter Alliance. Oh, that reminds me. Let me just show you a few games that I don't have cases for. That would be Dungeon Hunter Alliance and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Now back to this. Stranger's Wrath HD, beautiful on here. We got Borderlands 2, awesome. You can even cross-save, pick it right back up on your PS3, continue playing right where you left off. We got Worms, Revolution. We have a bunch of games that I already mentioned. And then when you go down here, you'll see more of the games that I showed you before with the shortcuts. So that is a hefty amount of games, in my opinion, to have access to right away. Some of my favorites, and I can always swap them out for other things or get another memory card. All in all, this is my favorite handheld that I use to date. I mean, as far as like not hacked, not messing with, still access to the PSN, all that good stuff. The final note I want to leave it on is my favorite part about the PS Vita, and that links up with the PS4.